Camera movement is a core component of any game. We'll start by learning how to build a first-person view camera in Bevy. First, we'll make the player movement follow the camera's direction. Next, we keep the camera positioned on the player. And finally, we rotate the camera using the mouse input. So let's get started. Our first goal is to get the player movement to follow the direction of the camera. When we spawn the camera, Bevy automatically gives the camera component. Before we query camera, we need to import the camera so that Bevy knows what we're talking about when we're looking for an entity called camera. So to do that, you need to type in use Bevy prelude, and then we specify camera. Alright, and the next thing we need to do is make sure we include our player component at the top so that we can filter for players. Now let's query for a camera entity. So we'll start with camera signal. What signal does is it queries for a single entity that only one exists. And if there's more than one, then the program crashes. So it's just good for testing. When you type with, that's when we filter in for an entity that has a camera component. And we also have to do it for player and add a without, so that in the future, if we add like a camera component on accident, the compiler will know immediately that it was not intentional. And this is a good moment to mention that this tutorial series builds on itself, and I recommend copying project 3 from our GitHub so you can follow along. Now that we're all on track, let's map our user inputs into the direction of the camera. Alright, so what we're going to start adding is some comments so you can understand what we're doing. But the base idea is that the camera orientation defines the basis. So we interpret the input vector in the camera's local axis. And what that basically means is that you have an axis defined by a camera, and you want the inputs to go in terms of that, instead of its own axis, which is what it's some local axis, whatever it's defined by, but we're defining it by the camera. And then we set that the rotation clamp length equals 1, which means that if you put a W and then a D at the same time, instead of being the square root of 2, we set that value to 1. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is create our translate camera file. You want to include Bevy for its resources that we're going to use, and then we're going to create a plugin as normal. This allows us to call the function in our main app, and then we're also going to include our our player so we can access its resources, such as the accumulate input, as the purpose of this function is to translate the camera with the movement of the character so the camera tracks the player. This will be pretty useful as we're making a first person camera and we need the camera to move with the player. So now we need to declare the function. When you type in mute camera is going to store the query that we're going to do, and single looks for a single type, and then we're also going to have mute transform, so that's what we're looking for. And our filter says that it must have a camera component within whatever entity, because when you query, when Bevy queries, it doesn't know what entity it looks for, it just finds anything with transform. So we include a camera filter, and then we do our player with another single query. We look for transform, see how they have the same exact thing, so you need to specify with the filter so that you don't miss, so Bevy knows what you're querying for. With accumulate input, which is one of the components of our player, and then without camera, so that's important too, as we want to make sure that if we ever add player on accident to our player entity, that it should immediately give us a compiler. So the camera dot translation accesses the camera's XYZ vector, and then we're going to set that equal to our player transition, so our camera moves with our player. And that wraps up that function. The last thing we need to do is we need to actually call this function within our program. So what we do is we use translate camera plugin, so this makes the plugin we created available to our main. And then you also need to include mod, which kind of like tells the file that it needs to look for, I'm pretty sure. Kind of like we use include header.h. and then we need to call our actual plugin within the program. And so this is kind of like where we run our whole entire program at, is in our main at new. And now that we have that, let's run the program, and we can see that everything compiles, which is amazing. And look at our program. Everything looks like it's running as possible. When we move forward, our player moves forward. When we move back, our camera also moves back. That's pretty amazing. Let's get to the next steps. And now let's take a look at our camera file. So what we need to add is we're gonna add a extra component to our camera. This component is gonna be called camera sensitivity. This affects how fast our mouse moves, or how much our screen's gonna move on how much you move your mouse. The higher the sensitivity, the faster you turn. So this will be like a value that eventually, if you're developing a game, you'd allow the player to scale if you want them to turn up their sensitivity. And we're going to create a public struct. Remember, public structs allow you to access these components outside of the specific file, so it's very important to have that. Remember, camera sensitivity is also a 2D vector, just like the mouse, how it goes up, down, left, right. That's a 2-dimensional axis, so we'll have to map that onto a 3-dimensional space. And then we're going to implement a default value, because we don't want how default normally is it a 0 value, so it sets it to 0. We don't want it to be set to 0 because 0 sensitive means your mouse is not going to move, and it might cause some problems with the math. You know, if there's any divisions by zeros that happens from that, we don't want that to happen. So we're gonna set the values right here. This is where you would create like a variable, which would eventually allow the user to change it. But we're just gonna set the 0.003 and 0.002. This is like a pretty good range. And now that once we create that, we also need to add it as a member to our camera, because without this, it won't actually apply to our camera entity. So now that we're done with that, let's open up our rotate camera file. So we should have everything else we need from our camera. We just need to include Bevy as you know we typically do, and we're gonna copy and paste the struct. Note that run fixed main loop runs after the update. So this is important because the camera is going to be running after our character, and after we do that, we need to include our mouse accumulation inputs. So this time around, Bevy takes care of all the tracking of our mouse inputs. We won't have to do any special things because it's all in that one variable as a 2D vector. And then we're also going to bring in this function right here. This just provides pi over 2 rad. We're going to need this because when you go to like sine or cosine, for example, you can't go, well, sine, you can't go more than pi or negative pi. If you go over that, you're going to flip your camera around, and that could be very disorienting for the player, so we'll have to limit it. And now let's bring in our accumulate mouse input. This is going to be a variable that we're creating, and we're going to read the accumulate mouse input into this variable that we're querying right now. So that will give us everything we need. And now let's bring in our camera, but we're going to make sure it's mutable because we're going to change our camera based off the rotation. And then we're going to query the position of our camera, so we can change the angle of it. And then we're also going to bring in our camera sensitivity as before. Note that mutable allows you to change it. We don't want to change our camera sensitivity, so you don't need to include mute. And then we're going to filter by our camera component again as before, and make sure that we're explicit with what we're trying to query for. Because as mentioned, the queries, they go through all the different entities, and without the filters, if these two components can match, then it will do more than what you want. And then we're also going to include camera our camera sensitivity from our previous camera file. So we use create camera and then our component that we want from camera rs. Now that we have that, we can create our loop that kind of like it extracts the variables we want. Because we're using query instead of signal, this won't necessarily crash if there's more than one camera. This could be pretty useful if you're gonna have your camera changing, like if you're doing from first to third options. So we use query right here, and it extracts the position and then the cam sensor sensitivity. Once we have that, we can store our mouse inputs into this temporary variable, which is going to be called delta. Note that the component delta is our 2D vector that Bevy provides us. Now that we have that, we will just mention that it's a 2D vector as comments. These type of information is really useful, as you can know what it is if you're looking back at it again. And then we check that the 2D vector actually has inputs first. This is important, as anything we're gonna do if it's empty, then you might as well not make any changes because the user hasn't moved his mouse. So we'll just check if it's not equal to 0. And then we're gonna do delta yaw. This is gonna be I think it's gonna be the y-axis, but we're gonna set the x component of our y movements of our mouse inputs times our camera sensitivity, as mentioned from before, so that we have a scaling variable. And this is the vertical axis as mentioned before. And then we're gonna have pitch. So pitch is gonna be the horizontal axis that we're gonna be working with, and it's gonna access the y component of our mouse inputs, as well as our scalar of our camera sensitivity from before. Notice that I think when it comes to the 3-dimensional axis, it's backwards. Pitch has to deal up and down, and yawn is left and right when it comes to the 3D axis. And read the rotation in a yawn. Oh, this is supposed to specify because you can actually change how you define your Bevy axis. So as we mentioned earlier in the video, Bevy orders the axis from Y, X, and then Z. You can change that. You don't have to follow that notation, but it's really good to follow it, as that's a lot of everything you work with is sim stat. So you could change it if you want. That's what caused me a lot of problems when I was working on this, is I actually switched the order of those, and it caused it to be very off. So we're going to initialize the yawn, pitch, roll from the movement and the rotation. So we're accessing the rotation, like the angles of our camera, and we're using 2 Euler EYX. So what this does is it just access the angles, so left, right, and then roll, and then it stores it in those variables right there. And now that we have those, we can initialize. We can update the yawn, because first we get how much it moved, what it was before, and when we add that movement. So we update it. This will allow us, our program, to rotate it. Yawn, as mentioned before, is gonna be around the y-axis, so it's up and down. And then we also set our pitch limit so that you don't spin your whole entire camera orientation around backwards. And then we have a little buffer 0.01 that we just minus to make sure you don't go over that exactly. And let's see what we got next. So the next thing you have is we're going to initialize our pitch. Pitch is going to be that important one as before. As we mentioned, we don't want it to go over 1 over pi rad, or negative 1 over pi rad. So to do that, we're going to get the pitch plus the delta pitch from our change, and then we're going to use this variable called clamp. It's a little familiar. and we're gonna set the range that we don't want it to go past. So we're gonna be the negative first, and then the positive limit of our angles. Once we have this will limit and make sure you don't get that problem as I mentioned. You should try removing that limit and kind of like experiment and like understand why is that important, and you can kind of see how your camera inputs gets flipped around, and it can be pretty confusing. So we're gonna have, and then once we have that, we have everything now. We can set the rotation of our camera. So once we have that, we're gonna use Quart. So Quart is the type of unit that Bevy uses when it comes to angles. And then we used from U earlier. So we're gonna convert the rad units that we're working with, and then we're gonna convert them back to the Quart units that Bevy uses. If you remember when we initialized yawn, pitch, roll, we were actually converting the Quart units back into rad so we can work with the rad units. Once we convert it back to the Quart units, Bevy knows how to use that, and it takes care of it from there. And that should be everything. So make sure you have these last 3 brackets right here. Without that, you're gonna get a syntax error. And now that we have everything, we gotta go back to our main file one last time. So we're gonna include rotation as our mod. This tells our program about the file called rotate camera, that it exists. And then we also need to specify our plugin resource that we created. This allows it to actually call the file. Once it knows the file, provides the plugin from that as it's public, it can access it. And then we add it to our plugins, and it just runs it. It's pretty nice. If you'd like to look further into this, figure out how you can order which plugin gets called first. Right now it's kind of random. And now once we run our program, you should see that you should be able to rotate your program. And it's pretty awesome to see how far we got. And we pretty much have a first person game now. We just need some basic physics, and that should be it.